What it do, what it does, and what are we doing? Well, what we're doing is we're about to go to bed. But before we go to bed, I just want to, put some more stuff out there, man. It's like, it seemed like God walked with everybody, but I guess part of my problem is seeing that God walked with everybody. It's like there are concepts attached to those words, and it's like I'm looking at that in limited. I'm looking at it through the limitations of those concepts, or through the bounds of those concepts. But the actual thing I'm looking at is boundless and limitless. And so what helps me is to understand that if that's a good person or they've built good karma, then God will manifest through them through that. And it's not, good like there's an actual standard of good as much as if they've been treating things in their life like it was their self, like it was their own child, their own home or something like that. No matter how they messed up, what mistakes they made, God going the ultimate of God gonna manifest through them, or the ultimate of God will manifest through their limitations. But they're not limited. It just, the limitation would be like right now. That's the limitation. But right now is not even the thing, because every right now is leading to another right now. But so I guess that also means God manifesting through the powers that be, and I wrestle with that too, because it really seemed like just like at the bottom here with us, or on the streets. Uh, you got the good folks out here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they might be, doing some shady business and whatnot, but they doing it to help folks to help themselves out, take care of their family, yada yada. You got some other folk doing the same thing because they want to get all the money, get all the girls, have all the, all the flash and the fame and all that, They just, they just want things that fulfill their greed, while the other people want things to fulfill their duties. And they're fulfilling their duties with the little that they have, which turn into a lot. And it's hard, that quick money get big. It's hard to let that go and to step away. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure it's like that at the top. It's the people who want to rule the world and have everything go their way, while the others, although they want to rule the world, but they probably feel like they're the best people to do it. They're in the right positions and stuff like that. And so while these folks out here, creating diseases that everybody's gonna be affected by, but certain people have genetic markers, right? Why it's people out here doing it, trying to get rid of some people. The other folks is like they know that has to happen, but it's like, so what they do is like, okay, well, instead of just letting people just die, we're gonna do our best to make everybody protected. And if people die, if people die, I mean, we did what we could. Like, they don't put the disease out here already. Oh, the disease is put out here already, but I think that other folks, you know what I'm saying, the good side of the powers that be is like, okay, well, we gonna have people put on masks and, take some sugar water, to exploit them of their magical abilities. Could they take the sugar water there, it's gonna help their minds to think that they can't die, can't get sick or something like that. I don't know. And the mother folks don't like it, and so they'll come up with stronger versions of it, stronger versions of whatever it is that they genetically engineered to hurt people. I'm looking at it like a sports league, like an NBA. It's like, okay, we gotta create some diseases to get rid of all these niggas so the rest of us can play. And the only other people playing besides these niggas is Eastern Europeans and all these bitches and yitches and stuff. And for whatever this is worth, since I'm talking about some genetically engineered disease, the Eastern Europe, if no other kind of genetic markers, the Eastern European carry similar genetic markers to those niggas who's dominating the NBA. But anyway, uh, and so yeah, we gonna get rid of these niggas. While the other side, like, nah, man, we gonna make sure these niggas is safe and these niggas ain't dying, or we gonna save as many of these niggas as we can. And so they put all these protocols in place so everybody can be good. And they like shit. If they want to, be lemon pepper Lou and go out of bounds, hey, shoot, we did what we could to help, and you being hard headed, lack of faith, not believing us. Which I'm sure is hard to, it's like everybody in power seemed the same to me. Democrat, Republican seems like the same thing to me. But yeah, I mean that is something I struggle with, with the powers that be, because God walked through them with them too. God works through them too, just like God worked through us. Uh, I guess because we on the same level is, I mean, outside of my programming and my previous karmic accumulations that may lead to this and that behavior, idea, or action, I still look at the people down here at the bottom with me as people that God is working through. God looking through a peppercorn colored lens with them, and looking through crimson a crimson canary lens through me, but it's still the same. It's still God looking through a lens, no matter what the color is, and not to mention all colors is different degrees of the light. It's one stick with different degrees of the stick, one from one end of the stick to the other, from the black end of the stick to the white end of the stick. And people be talking about the checkerboard thing with the Masons and stuff, and how that represents what they say it represents. Better yet, I'm gonna say I had a couple ideas myself. I actually was thinking about aliens, like gray aliens. The black and white checkerboard is representing gray aliens, but they're telling you everything without telling you because they can't tell you. They're not supposed to. Just like all the celebrities throwing up hand signs and all that. People make it seem like they doing it to pledge their allegiance. Why in the hell they need to do all that? This shit, it's supposed to be a secret. Why the hell would they do all that for a secret? If anything, now it's probably being done that way, and that's the story put behind it to cover up something. But before, I think they was doing that to let you know. It may be some people who were following, they saw other people doing it and they just following and continuing the tradition. But I think ultimately whoever was doing it first and some others, they doing it to let you know, to tell you without telling you. Why it's other people who's doing it because they think that it's a part of something to help them succeed and to get move ahead, or they probably being told to do this and to do that. It's just like I'm pretty sure Dwayne Wade's son putting on that dress to honor Kobe Bryant. I think somebody told them to do that, and they're preparing their son for something. Maybe they did, so they can help their son get that money in the future. Taking that not Willow Smith, taking the Jaden Smith path and the Lil Nas X path. Lil Nas X might actually be gay, but I ain't really looked into him like that. But it's just funny how these dudes doing that. Or even Charlamagne the God just recently was wearing dresses. Now, him and the Young Jock situation, it looked like they might have lost the bet, but I don't know. Something just ain't right. These dudes, these manly looking dudes putting on dresses. Or this these black manly men putting on dresses. Some ain't, I don't know. Not to say they're manly men, because I don't know them, but as far as their appearance, with Charlamagne the God. But yeah, it's definitely something I be wrestling with, with the powers that be, because I really be thinking that, what we might call the gods, aliens, or whatever, these beings are around, and they probably live for long periods of time. Like they're incarnating like we are, but they probably incarnate into some that but they live for longer periods of time, and they probably got this extra vision beyond ours, where they can see these stars and put them in groups. Or like I said, they've been around long enough where they can tell people what happened, or kind of ease people into the idea of what happened. And it's like, people did they research it based on this and that, we got the truth, but really it's just these folks behind the keyboard playing games with us, you know what I'm saying? And we probably play games with them, but we can't see it because we so caught up in the human experience, the experience of tasting, feeling, smelling, touching, and stuff like that. Because those gateways, we go through those gates and we get trapped inside those gates, not knowing that we are from beyond those gates. Yeah, it's about four something. Four, four something. Nah, it ain't four something. It's four something. That's how we see it around here. Four something. Four something in the morning. I don't even like saying morning no more. Like, why is it morning? Especially if the sun is coming up to bring that light and life. Why would it be morning? I guess the same. Oh, I get tired of that. But anyway, I guess we might as well take it far as the day. You know what I'm saying? Day actually means God. Like dos, Zeus, deity, deity, day. Pretty interesting. But like I say, it's something I be wrestling with, man. I wrestle with how people can actually have somewhat of a limited perception or conception, to the point where they see things in a certain way that I cannot see it, and I wouldn't, and I would think that you're stupid for it. But in actuality, you seeing things in this way is a part of your makeup, and it's a part of your build, and a part of whatever you're gonna incur in life and go through in life and stuff like that. And I'm learning to accept all people's ideas and opinions. Not that I did not before, but it's like there's a mark, a notable. It's like this. It's a notable thing where it's like people saying stuff I ain't feeling. It's like, oh boy, here we go, and I'm tuning out. But I'm learning. You know, people don't told me stuff. I mean, I don't heard stuff so simple that later on in life, that's when I find that I learn, or I come to the idea myself, and it's like, oh, that's what they was talking about. Oh, man, I feel so stupid. I hate that. I hate that folks is saying stuff so simple, but you don't get it, cause it's like, man, it ain't that simple, or something like that, and then it's like, oh, it really is. It's like that, and that's the way it is. Huh. Okay. Uh-oh, running out of recording time. Yeah, yeah, like I said, I'm running out of recording time. I just want to, put some stuff out there, not a complete idea, complete picture, but it's something that, seeds are planted, and you'll think about other things that's not related to what I said, but may contain every single component of what I say. And overall, it's like God working through everything. There's no limit. And so when I say, that means that, there's no limit to how God works through things. In the Bible, it said, the Lord hated Esau but loved Jacob. Not because of anything they did, but because of the plan of God, God's purpose, God's will, things like that. And I'm understanding this like that. Jesus say, turn the other cheek. I read some scriptures in Buddhism where, it was pretty much saying like, in the scripture, one of the scripture, it was like, in one of it said, it's quoting the Buddha or the Tathagata, as I know that it was saying in that scripture. The Tathagata is another name for the Buddha. It's supposed to mean the thus come, thus gone, or from the to cross over to the other shore. Got to do more research to get a bigger picture of it. It was like in one of his past lifetimes, if he was not a Buddha, then he would have been angry and mad with whomever was hurting him, causing him pain, cutting him up into pieces, slicing him up. And then I can't remember the scripture like that, but I'm sure it was referring to how, what I'm saying, it would lead to certain kind of destinies that he would have. And he wouldn't be who he was if he were upset or bothered by it. Because to be upset and bothered, from what I'm taking from it, to be upset and bothered by somebody hurting you and killing you, it means that you have some type of desire for this world. You have some type